Two of you do it. I bet you're pretty good at it.
I don't know it.
Preparing families. How do you not know it by now?
I don't know.
He knows it.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to sing it.
He knows every note,
Yeah.
every line of it. He does, Galen Bargerstock, Clinton Smith with us this morning from GCES. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today. And I had this question because, at certain ages of your life, you begin getting mailers from the Social Security Administration. And in those mailers, they will say, if you retire at this age, this is what you'll get per month. And then if you retire at this age, this is what you'll get per month. I think it's 65 years and 10 months is when you are eligible for full retirement benefits or whatever that is. And so that's when you can retire. But then they take it out all the way up to the age of 70. Mm-hmm. And say at 65 years and 10 months, or 66 years, whatever it is, say at that full retirement age, it's maybe $600-700 less than if you waited until you were 70. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's a big difference between $700 and no dollars at all.
Yeah.
But is it wise, therefore, to wait until you're 70 because then you'll get the full amount?
I get this. This is like one of the most popular questions people ask.
I knew that.
Yeah. So what I would tell everybody on Social Security is Social Security is also personal to you because it is your work habits and how much you've contributed in. Mm-hmm. So everybody's Social Security is going to be a little bit different. Number wise, and it's just some general math, say a person's getting $2,000 a month at 62, mm-hmm. and then if they wait until 67, that's the standard age now, they're going to get, say, $600 more a month. Well, that sounds like a lot of money, $600 more a month, but you have to think in the back of your head, how much money could I have had if I was getting $2,000 a month for 5 years? That's over $100,000. Okay. And then you just simply divide that by the amount of money that you were supposed to get more, mm-hmm. and then you find your break-even point. So break-even point, just generally speaking, is about 79. If a person waits from 62 and waits until 67, mathematically, you're at about 79, age 80, before you're actually going to see a dime more. And that just comes into life expectancy. Uh-huh. And if you pass away at, say 72, you didn't make as much money as you could because you didn't claim. So there's no right or wrong. It comes into the need level at the household. Do you need that money coming in? Because yes, the longer you wait, it will raise 8% every single year past 62. But is that trade-off worth it if life expectancy you don't think is there? Yeah.
Okay, that makes perfect sense,
Mm-hmm.
and that's understandable, and I'm glad that you put it in the way that you did. But Clinton, what it says to me is that with GCES or with any financial planner, but certainly with GCES, that sit-down consultation where you say, well, what are your goals and what would you like your retirement to look like? That makes it really important, doesn't it?
Yeah. When Galen sits down with someone, a lot of people don't really have any clue what it is that they're looking for whenever they sit down with Galen, because there's so many different places. Social Security is a different place with different rules and different phone numbers. Everyone has some people have a pension and then investments, and they all work separately. They all have separate rules. So like you can DIY stuff and you can listen to your coworkers at work, because a lot of people do that too. Someone at work retires, people ask them questions. I mean, we work at post offices where, it's a tiny little post office that has 5 people, but there's always someone that works there that helps everyone else out with their paperwork and finishing stuff. And granted, they can answer questions for them, but the questions aren't always answered correctly because there are all these little intricacies with all of the different little systems that someone has to use to go towards retirement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Galen, I'm pretty certain that people really, when he keeps using the term DIY it because that's what they're trying to do. When people do that there are avenues and streets that they could have gone down that they never go down. That would be a really, really good street to go down.
Yeah. I mean, nothing comes up to the top of my head on Social Security, but Social Security is the biggest thing that people do have those questions on. And everybody has their own little strategy. But, at the end of the day, you have to take into consideration, are you married? What happens if your spouse dies? Things like that on the Social Security level. Mm-hmm. And it really just becomes a needs thing. Because to me, Social Security is only primarily spouse to spouse. It can be left to a child with special needs, but it gets real dicey. So let's just say spouse to spouse. Well, if you plan on pulling from your investments to get by, to let your Social Security grow, and then you pass away, well, you just pulled from your investments too soon. You could have had money from Social Security, but you didn't. You pushed that away. So you took away from your household and a legacy that you could leave on. So whenever you're doing your Social Security draws, you have to think of all of the money that you could be leaving on to your loved ones as well, the trickle down effect, because that money, if you're not pulling it from the investments to substitute Social Security, it's fine because you still have that money growing. But if you're pulling that money now to let the Social Security build, to me, it's a little bit wrong. And again, it's case by case basis,
Sure.
but it's good to have that conversation in your head and think, what do you want to do? Because when you come in and sit down with me at the office, I'll lay it all down for you, you know?
I did the math too. So I know
Wait a
Galen
second.
loves it whenever I do math. And I know these are hypothetical numbers, but we're saying somebody making $2,000 a month in 5 years, that comes out to $120,000, right?
I said over 100.
Okay, so then take it the next step. If the increase was $700,
We said 6.
okay, well, I did it off of $700, okay? And these are hypothetical numbers anyways. So the $700 increase, it would take you 14.28 years to make up that amount of money.
Yeah.
To make up the $120,000
Yeah.
from that 700.
Yeah. Well,
So at that point, you'd be like 85,
yeah.
right?
It's usually every time we do the numbers, it's around 80, 81.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to trust his numbers.
We'll trust his numbers, yeah. But Social
These are
Security,
really good hypothetical
yeah,
numbers.
But
I
Social
love doing
Security
math
gives
on
you like
live.
62, you're getting 2150, 67, you're getting 2890. You know, and while we're talking about Social Security, because we just talked about this again, Social Security, you said when you get that statement in the mail, they don't like to mail statements to anybody anymore. Social Security is trying to get everybody to go online.
Yeah.
You know, so I do suggest people take the 5 minutes it takes to set up your Social Security account online because it is yours. You know,
You just need to know your social and like the past addresses that you've lived at. It takes like 5 minutes. As long as you can remember all your old addresses, it's not hard to sign up.
A big part of people who are planning for retirement is the number one expense once you get into your retirement years, and that is your medical.
Yeah.
Because people meet on the street. That's all they talk about. When's my doctor appointment? Where's your doctor appointment? And on it goes. Work that into how it is that you help people plan their retirements, because they're going to look and they're going to say, okay, there's Medicare, there's Medicaid, there's all kinds of different types of coverages that I can get. There's Plan A's, Plan B's, Plan C's, and however many plans there happen to be. Talk about how you sit down with people and talk about their medical needs and how that plays into their retirement formula.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much boils down to level of care. And it's like anything in life, the more that you're going to pay, the higher level of care you're going to get. You know, you have basic Advantage plans. Advantage plans are, you're stuck in a network. They could be free. They could be up to $100 a month. These plans are going to be the plans that give you like the little perks, like extra money for food, nutritious foods, gym memberships, things like that. Completely fine. If you don't mind being in a network and you don't plan on traveling anywhere, they're great plans to have, but you don't have the flexibility to see whoever you want when you want. And then another, for instance, and, I don't know Medicare that well, but a couple years ago, United with AARP was the best one. And they were promoting it. So that would be a supplement plan. A supplement plan has a higher dollar amount, usually about $140, $150 a month, but you're going to have, a wider network. You can go wherever you want to. You are going to have to pick up, the prescription drug plans on top of that. But it really depends on level of care, how much money you pay and if you plan on traveling. And even if you plan on traveling, if you stick with the major hitters like Blue Cross Blue Shield, you're not going to be caught off guard when you're in, Alabama. Blue Cross Blue Shield's probably going to be accepted there. Yeah.
When he sits down with someone too, he'll go over what you currently have at your employer too, and figure out how long you can keep coverage with that, whose coverage is better, because there's a lot of times both spouses can get health care coverage at their employer, and whenever somebody retires before the other one, sometimes it changes who carries the health insurance coverage into retirement for both both spouses. So Galen does help people look at that and figure that out, specifically with federal employees, making sure that they've carried it long enough before they retire so that they can carry it into retirement as well, because it's a little bit more cost effective for them to do that before Medicare age.
And people are going to bring their medical issues with them into retirement. If you're on medications now for something, or if you have a condition now, that comes with you, and that carries a price tag too.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it stopped and didn't follow you. Yeah, but it's gonna come along for the ride. Yeah, it's just like Clinton said, we're gonna break it down. It's different for everybody's position. Federal, state workers, different conversation I'm gonna have than from somebody that say works at the hospital. But that's a conversation that everybody wants to know, because if you pay a little bit more monthly up front, you're not going to be caught off guard without those little out-of-pocket expenses as you age. And some people just flat out like the ability to have the Advantage plan. They want those gym memberships. They want the social interaction. So those plans are great as well. So case by case.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. GCES this morning. How's the move gone?
The move is going really good. We things are underway. We're there. Our printers have been giving us some issues. So that's a daily we can't print again. But other than that, everything is going great. We do have I have a ton of filing cabinets. If anyone is looking for some filing cabinets, you just have to come pick them up. I have I could open up a filing cabinet sales place right now. I have so many filing cabinets. So
there you go.
If anyone's looking for filing cabinets, give us a call, 724-915-0002, and you can get directly to me, and I can schedule for you to come get some free filing cabinets.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, moving in and moving things about and getting them exactly how you want them, that's a big part of doing business.
Takes time, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take some time, but the building is awesome. They took great care of it. It's just rolling with the punches now and learning about stuff like fire systems and sprinkler systems and elevators and stuff like that.
Could you put indoor tennis on one of those floors?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe a top tennis court in the courtyard next to the pool on the 5th floor.
There's one of those too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, everyone's talking pickleball, and I'm not a pickleballer. I play actual tennis, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm interested in. And here comes winter, and well,
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, thanks so much. People want to know about GCES. They want to get involved with you. They want to begin to think about their retirement, or they want to adjust the retirement packages that they already have in place. What should they do?
Just give us a call, 724-915-0000, and schedule your appointment. We do appointments in our office at 43 South 9th Street. You can also, if you're listening to this, we'll meet you in your home. Galen will come out and sit down with you at your house, or we can meet on Zoom, the future.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Or the past.
Yeah.
And Galen, I just said that at the end of the thing, but it's true. People have had retirement plans in place for a while, and maybe they don't even know what it is anymore. So if they want to review that with you, come on in, you'll talk to them.
Yep, get a fresh perspective, a new idea maybe, and just an understanding.
There you go. GCES. Thank you, fellas. It's Indiana in the Morning. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Boomer Sports next.